Hey everyone, my name is Timo, you're watching Timber Timo, and in this second episode of my channel, we will continue with the shop project by buying some timber and finding out how we can cut out this big boy out of the roof structure without wrecking the whole thing. In the last episode, I told you why I need to create a new floor level over my shop. In the first step of achieving this, we need to get new floor beams in to cover the big open space in that floor level. For static reasons, the new floor beams have to sit on the exterior walls of the building. And unfortunately, those two pieces of timber are stopping us from doing that. This makes them our main opponents and we will cut them out later. But before we do that, I will go and buy all those timber beams we need to build the new floor level. Because I feel always so much better knowing all the material I need for a job is already on site before I start the project. Let's jump over to one of my favorite lumberyards in my region. We need 6 by 24 centimeter beams, which is about 2.5 by 10 inches. I can buy them in 13 meter pieces. They are quite bendable in that length as long as they lay flat. But trust me, they are rock solid once we use them standing and turn them 90 degrees. The guys here let me use their big ass saw, which is awesome for some reasons. At first, I could never transport 13 meter timber beams on my trailer, and second, it's way faster to cut them all to size here than later in my shop. And if I say way faster, I mean way faster. Done. Let's secure the load and head home. Here we are. All we have to do before we can get going is getting them up there. I'm quite a lucky guy because my wife and favorite person is always in for some hands-on work. Mrs. Timber did reach them all up to me where I could then store them. This went pretty well and the beams were just flying up there. Thanks to the help of my wife and the dog and the kids. Alright, now that all the material is in place, we can go ahead and cut the sucker out. Wait. Isn't something in the back of your head telling you that he shouldn't just be cutting that thing out without checking on all the consequences? Damn right he shouldn't. You can't just walk up there and cut the sucker out and hoping for the best. That's just not working like that. So I needed to consider quite a few things before I did this. And I will tell you about all those things, but I feel like I need to tell you something about the German basics of roof building and roof structures for you to better understand what I'm talking about. And this is what we're gonna do now. In Germany, we have roofs in all different kinds of shapes, but from the outside, they look all pretty much the same because they are all covered with roof tiles. Under those roof tiles, we find basically two main building structures they are all based on. The first one looks like that. The rafters are sitting on a ridge beam and on wall plates, which are sitting on floor beams or directly on the exterior walls. The whole gravity force of the roof is going vertically into the ridge beam and the wall plates. All of that force is then going into the exterior walls of the building. It's important to understand that there is no horizontal force caused by gravity in that kind of roof structure. This means that the rafters could just sit on the plates in a notch without sliding off the roof. In reality, they are also secured by a big 8 or 10 mil screw to secure them from getting pushed off the roof from other horizontal forces like wind, for example. In German, that kind of roof structure is called Pfettendach. Sounds funny, yes, but for a reason. Ridge beam and wall plate are called Pfetten in German. And roof translates to Dach. If you translate it word by word, it should mean ridge beam, wall plate, roof. If someone knows the correct term for this, please drop it in the comments. The second style of roof structure in Germany is like this. That kind of roof structure is called Sparrendach. Sounds funny again, but also for a reason, because Sparren is the German word for rafter. And since the rafters are basically doing all the work in this kind of roof structure, yeah, that's why they didn't name it like this. It should translate into something like rafter, roof. Again, if someone knows the correct term for this, please drop it in the comments. There's no ridge beam and there are no wall plates in this kind of roof structure. The rafters are sitting directly on the floor beams. It's basically built like a tent, and the fact that I'm not able to place the rafters on the floor beam shows that there has to be some kind of horizontal force involved. This is why I'm going to secure the rafters to the floor beam with these little dowels. At a real roof, this is done by a special kind of mortise and tenon connection and a big nail or a screw. In this kind of roof structure, the forces caused by gravity result into a diagonal force. This means that the floor beams have to pull the rafters together. And the rafters are getting pushed together on the ridge. The whole weight of the roof is going into the exterior walls. Short consumption on what we just learned. There are no horizontal forces caused by gravity in the first kind of roof, which was the Pfettendach. But there are horizontal forces caused by gravity in the second kind of roof, which was the Sparrendach. Alright, now that you know all these things, you already know a lot about the fundamentals of German roof building. But what do all those things mean to us in our situation? If our roof would be a Pfettendach without horizontal forces, we could really just walk up there and cut the sucker out without risking any kind of damage. But it's not, which makes things a bit more complicated. We have a Sparrendach here, which means there are horizontal forces involved and we have to deal with them. The thing we have to do now is finding out what our two timber beams are doing in the roof structure. Means finding out what their actual job is. After we did that, we have to figure out another way of doing that job to take our two timber beams out of the game. Once we achieve that, we can go ahead and cut them out without risking anything. This is our rafter roof. But our situation is kind of different to that. We don't have those floor beams going all the way through, we have those short pieces. That's why we take those floor beams out in the model and put short pieces in. The only thing that is still missing in the model are those two timber beams we have to get out. I just put them in there, represented by those two squares. As I said earlier, the first thing we have to do is identifying the job of our two timber beams. And with the help of this model, that's a pretty simple thing. Once we let gravity do its thing, we can immediately see what's happening. The rafters are getting pushed apart and the short floor beams are getting pushed upwards. We can see this even better by zooming in on one of them. Now that we know what would happen if the beam wouldn't be there, we can easily identify the job of the beam in the roof structure. We can definitely say that the beam has to push the short floor beam downwards to stop it from doing that. So let's put that force in. And the second thing it has to do is stopping the whole thing from getting pushed apart. And to do that, the beam has to pull in the opposite direction, like this. And those are the two things the beam has been doing all day long for about 80 years now. Now that we managed step 1, we can go ahead and do step 2, which was finding a way to do that job different. Let's start with the horizontal forces. We need to find another way to cover them, which can simply be done by putting in a longer piece of timber a bit farther up in the roof structure, like that. As you can see, this already stops the rafters from getting pushed apart, which means that piece of timber takes care about the forces, and we can take them away from our beams and put them up there. As I did all this in real, I didn't have enough long pieces of timber to do it this way, and I had to come up with another approach on covering those horizontal forces. That's kind of hard to show in a model, that's why we are just going to jump over in the real roof and take a look at that. And we will be watching the roof from that angle. I'm installing those pieces of wood in here, like a triangle. This catches the diagonal forces the rafters are producing, which then takes the horizontal forces out of the game. Alright, back in the model, we have to take care of these other vertical forces, which can be simply done by putting those guys in. They can also push down on the short floor beams, and we are creating a small triangle down there. Triangles are always good in constructions. That's it. Our two beams are force free now and we can take them out. The whole roof is holding by itself, even if we put those weights on it. There's only one thing left to do now, which is doing all this in real. And here we are in the real roof finally, installing those short pieces which will take care of our vertical forces. A couple of 6x120mm screws did that job just perfect. And I secured the short floor beam pieces to the exterior wall with a big screw. The next thing was getting all those big staples out, which were responsible to cover the horizontal forces. I'm securing the timber beam to make sure it's not falling on my foot once I've been cutting it out. This is the very last sound check to be sure that there's no pressure on it. Timber tells you real good if it's under pressure or not. And that's the moment of truth. It looks like we did everything right. Seems like that's quite a heavy guy. And that's exactly the moment I realized that's a two-man job. Right here. And words can't tell how much I like these moments. Oh, you still there? You must be either passed out in front of your computer screen or you kind of enjoyed that video, which is a good thing. If so, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And in the next episode of Timber Timo, we will get all those floor memes in we need for the Thor level. Or we might also just be doing something completely different. I don't know yet, but whatever it's gonna be, I hope we will see you guys in the next episode of Timber Timo.
Leckerer Hanuta-Riegel. Nein.
Kann ich auf Play drücken?
Hast du es jetzt aufgenommen, oder?
Hey everyone!